behavioral change consultant Johanse Audike joins me live on set to ask the burning question, are you tired? Johanse, I could answer you that this morning, you know.
You answer one time.
Yes. I still catch myself, honestly. I was away for a couple of days and I really center myself as yet, but you know, I'm here. I'll rally. But is it like a literal question, or is it? I know you will pose a question, but it's sometimes more than ever a deeper meaning.
Today it's a little more literal because maybe over the last 2 months I noticed a lot of people seemed tired. Let me just go physically, mentally, emotionally. When I see people working, seeing people just sit down in traffic, seeing people face, and I started just asking different people from different walks of life. And the thing is, everybody tired, right?
Tired from what really? What is it that, because I guess being tired is a physical experience, but also you can be tired mentally. That will also impact your physical, huh?
Yes, and exactly that. And you ask the perfect question, tired from what? So asking some employees, one person say they're tired of working in bad conditions, right? And now these conditions were present in this workplace for 10 years now, right? Then some people, they're tired of traffic. They're tired of not having a reliable water supply. Tired of the potholes. They're tired of trying to get proper health care. They're tired of, and we just, when everybody's saying tired, we just go in with systemic things that they're tired of. And they're tired because it's present for so long. And I'm saying that because since I'm a child, I hear in some of these things people quarreling about and tired of. And by now, these things haven't changed. And it's important because if you have to learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable conditions, after a while that takes a toll on your nervous system.
It's true. You know, I didn't think about it from that angle because it becomes the new normal when you are comfortable in uncomfortable circumstances.
Correct.
You just see it as, well, that's how it is. And I guess it takes a few, well, hopefully a collective, but sometimes just a few to really shake the cage and to demand better and demand more.
And it's in that few, and sometimes it's hard for that few to even come out of it, because that's why people may ask, why do people stay in abusive relationships? Because it comes in new normal. We always talking about, well, I normal and this normal. Normal don't mean good, you know. Normal just means that's how it was for a long time. And if normal stay long enough, it could even become culture.
Well, you see, and culture, as we know, is one of the hardest things to change, because the reality is we have seen people over the years who will step up and demand better and lift their voice, but when they look around, it's not really any kind of major support. They might get an initial support for those who are not tired, those who have the energy to try and change a system or to demand more. But generally, there's not ever really, to me, in my experience being here in Trinidad and Tobago, momentum of people just wanting that change, moving with that individual or individuals. You might just see one or two will step up, but people are just tired. Like, they're so tired that they're so tired, you answer that they just is in action.
Exactly, and that's what happened. When you experience abuse, and abuse is trauma, when you experience that for long enough, you know, I'm sure you heard of fight or flight to trauma. But imagine in one instance you want to fight, and then imagine in one instance you want to flight, and you're being pulled in two directions. What eventually happens is you freeze. So freeze is also one response to trauma, where I just don't know what to do anymore. I just want to do something. I try so much and it's just not working. It's not only systemic, and at a let's say at a familiar level, it's a little more easier to help people, because let's just say somebody say, I've been having problems in my relationship, I'm tired, they could come in and they could get assistance with that. I'm having problems with my child, I'm tired, you know, you could get assistance with that. But after, you have to deal with yourself, because we have things about many things about ourselves that we probably tired of and we could change. Then we have to go in traffic. Then we have to have all these conditions, and we are not necessarily in control of those things. We pay taxes and do things to get those things done. Then I have parents who are having issues with the children, not being able to focus, but then they say the conditions in the school bad. If you understand what I'm saying. So there's overarching theme of just being tired.
Let me bring it to what is, I think, one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest issue in the country, crime. I look at the front page of The Guardian this morning, And this is one that is not only a heartbreaking story, it's one that, to me, it's too often we are seeing, people being killed. This case, a father and daughter, 5-year-old, that potential never will see the light of day. People, I think, are so tired of the crime that we've become immune, almost numb. Yes, this will impact many, but it's business as usual, That's the reality. There are many who will look at this and, unless you know the family directly, you will say for a moment, oh my gosh, terrible. But I suspect, and this is so sad to even contemplate, but there are people who will press on with their daily business because they've seen it so much. It's like you're tired. Mm-hmm. It's like you're weary.
You're tired and you're weary. And even last week, Mental Health Matter, we spoke about dissociation, right? And people, after a while, it's too much for your nervous system. So if you also take on everything, then you would just fall apart. So you have to kind of compartmentalize. And here the word I'm going to use sometimes depersonalize. So now this aspect of your life, the country, don't even exist, and you become something else. Because if I look to deal with this, it's just too much for me.
Because there are societies, if this was to take place, the whole country is up in arms. The entire country. We're talking here, it will be a national outcry. We have seen it, and we're talking here, regional neighbors, even parts of the big countries where it's a quiet town, a quiet township, and something like this take place, where a father and a daughter are murdered. It will shut the place down. People will call, it will be a serious collective call for action. But we don't see it in Trinidad, really, unfortunately. Are we really tired, huh?
Yeah, we really, and I'm saying that because after a while, and I don't like to tell people what they have to do, but because I'm talking to myself too, we have to do something. And one method I would use is, sometimes it has so many things to change, so many things to do. Choose one thing. And even if all those other things going on, that's okay. Choose one thing and just work towards solving that. Whatever that thing is, whether it is family-wise, business-wise, country-wise, regional-wise. Choose that one thing. Take 6 months, take a year, because at the end of that 6 month or a year, at least it's not 10 things anymore. At least it's 9 things. And the nervous system can say, all right, I could see progress, I feel the progress. So that kind of give you the motivation and encouragement to even try to solve the other 9.
I'll give you a chance to put in the closing remarks, because I guess based on today's discussion, I guess the consensus is that we as Trinbagonians, we are tired.
Yeah. Nation, even though there may be many things to solve, take time to only solve one at a time. Don't make life complicated, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thank you for listening.
Again, another very impactful session there for the Mental Health Matters. I'm going to transition now and make some space for Ian. He will sit on the seat to get into all the sporting details. Your morning shot up next. God spare, I'm back for more tomorrow. Ian Weeson up next.